I was all right. So Brenda and I are having a little discussion about balancing work life and play life. And I instantly said, "Oh, that's a good topic," because I'm kind of right there with balancing, like focusing,
Hmm.
focusing, and then defocusing. And
Yeah.
not, yeah, yeah, it's and you can I can feel frazzled, and I have to go like, "Okay, you're fine. It's all going to come together. You're good." So she's
Yeah, I wake up early to pull cards, kind of do burn some incense, uh, kind of select what stone energy I'm going to work with that day and chant. So that is my morning routine before I leave for work to work 8 hours. And I always am so ambitious. In the morning, I'll do this and that and the other. But by the time I get home from work at 5:30, 6 o'clock, I don't have any energy. I'm actually feel almost depressed, and I think I've struggled with that my forever because I like the feeling of having energy and being ambitious. So when I don't have the energy and I don't feel ambitious, um, I sort of feel like there's something wrong with me. But in reality, it is honoring that balance, and rest is important. So yeah.
and however you rest is different for everybody. You know how you get into that I mean, going to sleep is, that's a good thing. And if you've got some challenges, definitely handle so you get some good sleep. But I hear you on that, like that personal internal retreat stuff. Like,
Hmm.
like I'm not going away to a retreat. It's like this is the retreat here in my bathroom, or it's my retreat here
Thank you.
driving
Yes.
from work to home. That's my retreat time. Like, what do I choose to listen to or to think
Yep.
about? And then like that's real stuff. I mean, that's super important. This is a great conversation because a lot of people think, I'm going to say that carrot dangling,
Hmm.
that it's out here, it's some great thing. And it's no, it's all these great things we've done and we bring them together. Like you said, you chant and like you gave me a card last time you were over.
Namyoho Renge Kyo. Yep.
Yeah, so do a little chanting because it's cool. I'll do it with you.
Okay. Namyoho Renge Kyo, Namyoho Renge Kyo, Namyoho Renge Kyo, Namyoho Renge Kyo, Namyoho Renge Kyo.
Ooh, breathe. Nam
Yeah, it's
That's what I'm
yo.
doing. Right.
Yeah. We
Give
could
me the
keep
benefit of
going.
that. It's interesting. Give me the benefit of that.
So, it's Nichiren Daishonin's Buddhism, practiced through the Soka Gakkai International, which is a value-creating society. And the phrase is the title of the Lotus Sutra, which we honor as Shakyamuni Buddha, original like Buddha's highest teaching. He taught the last 8 years of his life. And then there was a 13th century monk who like all teachings everywhere, Buddhism is just as subject to distortion and corruption and manipulation by people who are taking the control, putting in the control and the humanistic aspect of it, of using it to not serve the happiness of the people. But we have had some. So Nichiren Daishonin studied Buddhism, and it's he's the one who first recited Nam-myoho Renge Kyo,
Okay, okay.
and it is a dedicated. I vow to dedicate my life to the mystic law of cause and effect,
Okay.
um, through the sound of my voice, which is Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. And I will state, like, that's an extremely simplified answer. In Buddhism, we have faith, practice, and study. So chanting is practice. Study is super important because Buddhism is complex. And the more I study it, it gives me a perspective of all the new things that are coming in with this new flow and this new energy of understanding all those different fields, all those different
Mhm,
realms, all the, so I really appreciate the depth of Buddhism. There's thousands of books you can study.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
um, and so that's like a very simplified explanation. But it puts you in rhythm with the universe. Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, because you're creating that vibration deep within you, in the center of the core of your body. It's going through all your chakra points. It's emanating out. If you chant like this, you can even feel the vibration, right? Like within
Yeah.
your body. Um, and you're actually communicating with the universe and aligning with it. So you are raising your vibration and just getting in alignment. Um, and Buddhism honors the shadow side equally. We're human, right? And so it's about uh, mastering your mind and not letting your mind master you. So,
This would be important. Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
So it's about observing your mind and observing what is observing your mind. And recognizing your mind as this function of your body, of life, of humanity, but there's a heart, right? And you have to
Yeah.
engage that heart, or otherwise all the wonderful things the mind do, they can't be put towards value creation or creating value. It could serve the ego, it can serve whatever, but we need really to engage and incorporate the heart. And so it's about, uh, in our SGI, we believe that, or we practice that religion, yes, it's an organization, but its only purpose is for people's happiness. So, we have a group of practicing for LGBTQ plus community, practicing as African descent, practicing as Japanese or Korean or Latin American speaking, right? Because each person, each, I want to say group, uh, wants to take uh, the wisdom, from um, the practice, and at any time, and so I would say that it's really about the respect for the dignity of life, the dignity and equality of all life. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
so, so
Totally.
when you're practicing, all life has positive and negative functions. That's cause and effect. It's balance, the yin and the yang. And so when you're chanting Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, you're propelling even the negative functions in your life in that upward spiral direction. So you're moving the energies towards growth, learning, and enlightenment, kindness, joy, happiness, creativity, your dreams coming true, expanding yourself, all those things. Um, and when people do that, the world gets to be a better place. That's kind of the uh
And it's so funny. It's interesting listening to you share that because that'll be really great for our members to hear that. That I mean, that's what this platform is all about. You didn't know that. I was going to share with you, but I'll share with you now. So the last time we had like a discussion, I was going to put that, on the YouTube channel, and I think I did, but I mentioned like the membership thing, but I didn't have a name. Well, I have a name. You want to hear it?
yeah.
Okay. So this platform that's like $9 a month or $50 a year and give people great value so we kind of gather together.
Uh-huh.
Okay. When pigs fly and unicorns roam the land.
I love it.
Oh, thank you. Me too. And I'm not of any particular religious or philosophical belief system. Honestly, I can say I'm not. I'm just like opposed to religiosity. I'm opposed to
Uh-huh.
dogma.
It's caused a lot of harm.
Yeah, and anything that
Lo-
brings unity and heart, up leveling is all good with me. So listening to you, it's like if I were to choose, if someone said, "Well, what are you?" I'm like, "Well, I probably would be more Buddhist if
yeah.
I had to like choose something, you know?" But fortunately, I don't have to choose.
No.
And you don't either. None of us do, but we can
No.
take the philosophy, and that's what you're saying, taking the wisdom of everything and then applying that and grounding that. Because otherwise, if you don't, start to plant those seeds of creation, then like just like when you don't water seeds, they don't grow.
They don't grow. Yep,
So that's what we're doing now. We're like creating a new garden,
we are.
new
We're
gardens for ourselves.
anchoring that new energy, and it is an incredible time to be alive. Like
I
it is
agree.
phenomenal. Um,
Also heart-wrenching.
it is well, right,
You know
because
what I
it
mean?
we
Like,
yeah.
ah.
I would argue that it's always been heart-wrenching. That
Yeah.
it's never, I mean, I say that, but I think what's happening, and I've read different
I'm going to turn my
philosophies.
music down a little bit so they don't kick us off. Hold on 1 second, okay? And get my coffee. Keep
Okay.
keep, keep sharing on. You're good. You're good.
Oh, okay. I've read a little bit about the end of the Kaluga era,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
really
The
interesting
end
to
of the
me. I
ugly
think,
times.
yeah, that the Earth goes through these 24,000 year cycles or 26,000 year cycles, which makes sense because we know there have been advanced civilizations. We don't know how many or where or when, but we see evidence of them even in our world today.
Yes, yes.
And then so we've crossed that this year, or last year at some point. I can't remember the exact date. And in which we are starting the upward swing to
Okay.
all our spiritual gifts coming back to us
Yes, yes,
understanding our relationship with the universe. And
yes.
it feels like that. I'm
Yes,
like
it
that.
does. It does. But if you're tuned in too much out here, out into the
Hmm.
ethers, out into, ooh, let me see what's happening. It's like you're not honoring, ooh, how good is it getting? How good can this
Yeah,
be? You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like you've got
for
to, like
sure.
you said, be the observer, right? And then be the
Yeah,
participant as well, and then be the integrator as well, right? All of
absolutely.
those.
I That's
Yeah.
very
I
well
mean,
said. Yeah.
yeah. So like balancing that, but not trying too hard is kind of what I'm getting. Like you've got a natural flow, honor your natural flow.
Right.
And then when you honor your natural flow, it feels when I've been able to really ground, when I've been
Yeah,
really able to ground that and catch myself bitching, complaining, which is, always good to say what's up.
yeah.
But then I do notice that part of me, Brenda Love. I do notice that part of me that like, now can you drop it? And like, oh, really? Like,
Yes.
oh.
I-
But
Yep.
this happened. There's always that little bit like, so I use that emotional parasite release that I show everybody like that.
Yes,
Thoughts are not
that's
mine. They don't, I mean, they're kind of like random thoughts sometimes, but it
yeah.
feels important to like to keep that clear too. So I do that
Yeah.
and like, how does that feel? Oh, okay, that's better.
Yeah. They stick in there. It's kind of
Oh,
interesting. I'll feel something come
glue.
on randomly and then I'll observe like, wow, I'm really
Yes.
clinging to that. Why am I
I'm
cl
really clinging I can see that I'm there. So it's not always necessary to have some words to tie to what's going on. But there is something valuable about being in community and sharing what it is that you have done that keeps you here, because otherwise you wouldn't be here. You'd be gone.
Right.
You're here. So you've done some good stuff. So I remind myself of that. And I suppose I want to have that said with us talking. So other people, when they listen, like, oh, you mean I'm what? I'm it and a bag of chips? Well, yeah, you could be kettle sometimes or barbecue or, jalapeno pepper. I don't know. You get to choose, that choosing thing seems to be like, that's really the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then you got to like, well, what are we choosing? Everything.
Yeah.
Really? Everything? Everything across the board, we get to choose how we want to move through that or not. I mean, it's a big responsibility, this choosing thing.
It is, right? It feels very it can feel very intense.
I mean, like you were saying, I'm transitioning to from Crystal Spirit, where I did
Yep.
that for 4 or 5 years, and I love that little anchor space. And then they're in transition, so I'm in transition as well, right? And I thought,
Yeah.
oh, momentum is super important for you. Don't get too. uh, planny or projecty, like do your best.
Yes.
Yeah, planny, projecty. That's kind of me. I can get lost in that because it's like, ooh, information and confirmation and but there's no dollar signs attached to any of that. And I'm not mercenary or overly opportunistic, but I
Uh-huh.
just see that that's one of the things that gets me stuck in the loop.
The ideas, right?
Yeah.
You could just be stuck there. There's not risk there, right? And you have to take action. So,
Risk aversion. I didn't know I had a little risk aversion. No, maybe not risk aversion, but something like that, something like
yeah.
that, a little bit like, ooh, if you really just focused a little bit with all your creative ideas, you've spent so much energy, doing that. And then you get a
Hmm.
little bit pissy when you don't have a platform to share, or people aren't listening, or I my birthday, or when you think people aren't paying attention, when that's just you. So pay attention to the parts of you that you've kind of abandoned and haven't paid attention to. I'm like, okay.
Well, the energy is shifting so much, and we're coming out of an age where, it's been um, produce, produce for others,
Yeah,
don't,
yeah.
and I think we're moving in a time of create, create for joy,
Great.
right?
Do it. Yeah.
Um, and we're just starting to, I personally am just starting to, everything's changing. What is it changing to? What is it going to be? Should I
Okay.
do
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Should I
yeah,
not
yeah,
do
yeah,
that?
yeah,
If everything's changing, then if I do that, and
yeah, yeah,
everything changes because I only
yeah,
know the old paradigm, right? So what I create next or what I do next, I really want it to be joyful, in alignment with not overworking, but just connecting with me with people, and community, and also offering help. So I think like a good, I heard it or I read somewhere and it resonated with me, like helping people live from their heart.
yeah. I like that. Do you write stuff down like I do in your?
Not, I used to when I was, no, I don't. I
Okay.
should start.
Okay, there you go. So you just said that, like, well, I think I'll start.
Yeah.
I think I'll start.
Um, that one I heard, heard someone else say that that's kind of the task that and it resonated with me. I don't
Yeah,
know if it's everybody's task, but I also have to, well, how do I do that? And what gifts and skills and talents can I bring to the table? And am I good enough?
yeah. I mean that listening. I shared with you being in the MeWe fairs and listening to people and how that's been like an education for me.
Hmm.
Because I'm like, okay, so I don't tend to go to people and ask them what they think. I sometimes will cut my nose off to spite my face, but I'll come full circle and I'll have some knowledge base to stand on, and I'll feel good about what I'm doing. And that seems to be like, the self-love and honoring who you are and that kind of thing. But yeah, people do have that question a lot. And as I'm observing people ask questions of the panel and that kind of thing, like, I know all this stuff, but you can hear it, you can feel it, and that's that one-on-one connection, and that's why it's so important, I feel, for people to like, be online together and, look in each other's eyes. If you can be in
Hmm.
person to talk and just the gift of gab and just sharing, because
Hmm.
that sharing really is the information that's being rippled out all the time.
Yes.
This little video we're doing, when we put it on, it'll be like it'll ripple out like everything that we're talking about, and something will land on different people where they're like, oh. Oh, right, that's how it is, huh? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it is. It's not a huge struggle, but there's a lot of stuff that's out of harmony, and a lot
Hmm.
of us are super empathic. So we feel
Yep.
that. So we have to find our way where we can feel it and
Hmm.
field it. That's the
Hmm.
helping part, the ripple, and field it,
Yeah.
like petty gossip at work. You can participate. You could even observe that you agree with who they're talking about, and you might be able to add something into it because you've had an experience with whatever that coworker is. But ultimately, it's like everybody's responsibility to own up to, right? If there's nobody else out there but you being privy to that conversation, that dialogue, what does that mean for you? That's
Right.
your business. Don't contribute to that. Smile.
Right.
You don't have to say anything. Or you
I,
can. You know what I mean?
yeah.
There's a lot in there. Personal power, personal. autonomy, and like being okay with not being part of the group, which would be
Yep.
a challenge for me, you know.
Well, your part of your offerings is a new life mentor or
Oh, New
new
Earth, yeah, New Earth
new
mentor. I made
earth
that up,
mentor.
but it
And
feels
I
right.
it feels right for you because you have such a vast experience. You've spent many years as a Reiki healer and you've been in, right? Or was it
Yeah, yeah,
energy
Reiki
healing?
master, 25 years. Yeah, I've been,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you have absorbed, and I think I really connect with you because I want to say I've self-studied, right? I've just been curious and seeking and this, I look into that, look into this, look into that. And not realizing I was really accumulating a valuable body of knowledge and a perspective that is my own, but also part of the bigger picture, right? That puzzle piece that
Yeah,
people. So,
exactly. Yeah,
and I
yeah,
think working with you helps me pull that together into this concept that all of it matters. You don't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
have some formal training under some formal, doctor. Though I have spent 20 as a Buddhist and a practicing Buddhist, and that's been phenomenal. And for a long time, I didn't explore some other things like I love my love for rocks and stones and understanding their energies because I didn't think it was compatible. But then the more I practiced, the more I strengthened my Buddhist state. It was the realization like, if that's your heart, how do you know? It's all, it encompasses all of it. How would it not be?
It
You get to
encompasses all
explore
of it.
whatever you want. This is your life. And if that's how it's going to bring you happiness and help bring value to the world, then that's okay. Because, right, there's this idea too that if you do this thing, you can't do that thing and you can't do this thing over here. When really, in reality, we can have multiple streams of learning and information and experience contribute to our whole.
Contribute to the whole. We are part of the whole we're contributing to. Let's not leave ourselves out of the formula. Absolutely. So you were talking about Buddhism, and then you talked about the Kali Yuga,
Oh, yeah.
the darkness, the age of the darkness. The
Hmm.
only tarot deck that I actually have is the Dakini Oracle.
Okay.
So when you were talking, I went and got it because I like, oh,
Oh,
fun. And then a card dropped out as I was shuffling. You were talking, so I'm gonna. Do you have your cards with you too?
I don't, but I
Okay.
think, yeah, you read.
Okay. So no, 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 no. Oh, so number 39. So this would be a collective for all of us, everybody that's listening, and you and I discussing. Anybody that listens later. So owning that collective power of the serpent, 39. So 9, 10, 11, 12. We were talking about creation. So 39 slash 12 slash 3 is the creative energy or being super critical. We got the snake, and you can't really see this. Well, if I
I
do,
can see it right
okay.
there. Ooh, that's really lovely.
So that's and I'm going to go
Oh,
ahead and go to
wow.
my book and read it because
Okay.
that this is just my own personal study. So what I do with this is kind of pretty.
It's very beautiful.
Isn't it nice? So
Yeah.
I think I got this a couple of years ago. That's how I study a deck. So I mark in
Uh-huh.
it, and then I
Yeah.
get used to whatever so it speaks to me. But I still like to go because I learn a lot from reading what it says. 39, and it has pretty pictures. Um, Serpent power. Let's see. Let me go. Oh, an awakening of latent powers. All of us. I love that. A sudden burst of high energy and the ability to use it to manifest evolutionary changes in the realm of the world. I had that highlighted because that's when I first pulled that. Breaking through
Wow.
all barriers. What else did I highlight? Assimilative function, perhaps in the need of careful control, positive will in the heart, desire for power. And then it talks about when it lands in certain areas. But serpent power is like shedding. Okay, so here we go. Serpent power bears the number 39, signifying the power at the root of the mystical transformation. And then according to the classification by elements, this is a fire card, normally related to the suit of wands and the minor arcana of the traditional tarot. See, there's so many suits, and I just like couldn't even go there with the tarot, so I just never did that. But coming full circle, I can access something, pull some wisdom from it, and go, yeah. And then I look for dropout cards. I look for synchronicity, and because I do numbers, I look for the number focus, and then
Mm-hmm.
like the picture and what that means to me, and then I'll turn and see
Mm-hmm.
what is said. In my first reading, it was like 2022, and then I did that on 8/2, so that was in August. So that's like coming for what, 3 years. And then let's see, 1/14/22 and 4/13/2023. And then I stopped bothering to write in there, but um I found that interesting when I mark when I read it, because then I add the day and I see what like that 8 day would be, or that eight energy, or that seven energy, whatever
Yeah.
the day is. And then I just notice as I'm working with something to incorporate the wisdom of the Dakini Oracle. I have not, but it's just for me. And I like this one. And then I just use my other wisdom sayings and that kind of thing. But again, just grounding the discipline, like, okay, I like that. I like the serpent power. Didn't we just have the year of the snake? Or is it still the year of the snake? I think, I forget.
Uh, let's see.
Seems like it was, yeah, dragon, snake. We had that
Dragon. Yeah.
dragon last year.
Oh, you're of the snake.
Okay, so yeah, so that owning that personal power and being willing to shed.
And it talked about that mystic evolutionary
Mhm.
force. And I think that's interesting because, when we chant it, that what the definition I used was that vowing to that mystic force,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that we are actually in real time witnessing human evolution. It's so
yes.
and
And
you
we're
can
part of
see,
it.
yeah.
I mean, you can see the results.
And you can also see, I think, all things have positive and negative. There has to be balance. And I don't know how that will all play out, but in some ways, in I guess what I would say the lower energies, you sort of see the serpent eating its own tail.
Oh, yeah. There is some symbol that has that circle with the
Yeah.
serpent eating its tail.
Like, the futile kind of energy.
I call
Um,
looping. Looping.
Looping, yeah.
Looping.
And again, I'm
Hamster
just,
wheel. Hamster wheel.
but I do love snakes. I love them. Like if I'm walking and I see a snake, I'll be like, oh, and they're just, but I live in the Pacific Northwest where every snake is a friendly snake who just wants to get out of your way.
All right, we had a little cute garden snake out, and Detroit's like, "Oh, did you see this snake?" I'm like, "No, I missed it." And my
Uh,
grandkids have a one set of my grandkids. They have a snake.
oh, cool.
I think it's
Yeah.
called Sabbath, like Black Sabbath.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they go by, snake food, little mouse, or
Uh-huh. I
okay.
don't know, but yeah, I would want to feed. I'd be.
I mean, there's so much, and there's so little. There's so much abundance and potential, and maybe there's so little of us noticing that regularly,
Yeah.
like 24/7, 365. You
Yes.
know, I can go notice on the don't like that side, and that's okay because there is that balance, that polarity we're bringing together, this and that. Um, but again, like we're talking, I was just saying, like sometimes I'll notice something about me, and I'm like, I'm not wanting to let that go. Like, oh, then I'd like
Yeah.
just love that part of you too. You're okay. It isn't. It's not like about a perfected state. That
No,
that doesn't feel real.
no.
Mm-mm.
Um, yeah, I think there's certain themes that I can see in my life that I don't want to say trigger me, but it might have to do with the overall story, right? The past lives, the presence and my purpose here, but there's certain things that I just get that hook me. And
Mhm.
and learning to observe that and working on transmuting that, I guess, just transmuting.
And I like transmutation. It's like butterflies do it.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting. The other day I was sitting outside in the garage where we have the Goddess House garage sale. Um, and I will just pay attention to what you hear, you know. Don't be just this is your meditation. Just pay attention to what you hear. So there was like the birds and they had like a little they had a rhythm, you know, like tweet 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 tweet. You know, and I'm
Hmm.
like, oh, we'll count that. Well, three tweets and now they're silent. And there was like a rhythm to that, you know, several times. Like, well, interesting. And then I was writing and then I heard the owl. And I'm like, oh, owl. Observe, wait, and listen. That's the acronym for owl. I'm like, and who are we, you know, owl, who are we listening to? You. And I'm like, thank you for that. I like that because it was like connecting with nature. It's all around us. You've been to my house. We got, you
Yes,
know,
yes, very
yeah, we
lovely.
got the grate outside. And, you know, I don't always notice that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. I can get,
phenomenal.
yeah, you know, and I'm like, okay, is that it? Then just notice that and be good with that and love that. And then, yeah, fill yourself up with that.
Hmm.
Okay, well, what else is there? Well, does there have to be something else? Oh, I guess not. Oh, really? Yeah, let
You
me
know what's
continue. Yeah, go.
you
Yeah.
want to hear this is funny. I mean, I don't know if it's funny, but I've always been a sound like in the way that you're talking observant. And something a sound I love is my furnace turning on and the sound of the like blowing of the air. And I don't know if it's because to me, it's like, I know I'm going to be warm, I know that, but I've noticed, and I really noticed it when I was helping my mom transition into to passing and there was quiet very quiet moments and there is you're in such a subtle spiritual state, someone I love so dearly. I'm not meaning to go there, it just is
Yeah,
sensitive.
yeah,
You are like, I couldn't handle noise, right? Like I was
yeah,
overloaded. There was
yeah,
too much
yeah.
and that furnace brought me so much peace. I
I, well, even
can't.
like going out into the when the grass is cut,
Yes.
smell. I know, or when
Yeah.
it rains.
Yes, today is gorgeous for
Is
that.
that when it rains, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, everything has a sense, doesn't it?
And
Yeah.
when you're vibrating, you're in the flow. I have noticed it just it's magical doesn't even begin to like kind of it glows or it's alive or it's there. I don't know. You just notice it differently and it fills you up. You're exchanging energy. It's all one and you're feeling a part of it. Um, and
We
that's
own
the
it. We own
flow.
it
Yeah.
differently. We own it
Yeah.
differently. Yeah, yeah. We
Yeah.
become part of it. I get what you're saying. In that zone, what is that on the back of your wall, your picture? It's pretty cool with the red and the turquoise. What's in the picture?
It's oh.
On the outside. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's a painting that
Did you do that?
Dennis and I bought in Nicaragua. It's
Oh,
called Satisfaction, and it's this black cat, right? Walking underneath the moon with these beautiful, wonderful, rich colors.
nice.
You can't see it, but it's a little skeleton of a fish in his tummy, right? So satisfaction is
Oh, he ate
a
the fish.
little
Okay.
he ate the fish. And I love it. And the artist, I don't remember, but he had phenomenal art. And I feel very fortunate that it was, I don't know, at a price I could afford, so a lot of time I can't afford art, but we brought it home and got it framed and it's really inspiring to me. Um, my husband and I, we have everything we can need, more than enough, like fruit. We have a small property, but we have like pears and apples and blackberries, and we're growing tomatoes. It's too much work, right?
On your property, you have
On
that?
our little tiny property. And
Oh,
I don't know if I could want much more. And then, it kind of surprises me sometimes how much people want more. I can't imagine wanting more.
Isn't that it's a thought to be with like, wow, where am I with that one, you know?
Hmm.
Personal reflection, like I
I'm,
get wanting stuff. I love to thrift shop. You know, we
oh,
found
me too. Yeah.
ooh, too cool. You'll love this, the little camping chair
Treasure hunting.
that fold out and they have a little
Hmm.
table and a little cozy for the cup and everything. St. Vincent, two of them for 4.99.
Wow.
I mean, they're obviously not brand new, you know what I mean? But
I love
I'm
the
like, oh,
treasure hunt.
look at
Yes.
that little crack in the table. And when we went to my granddaughter's birthday party in Newcastle Park last Sunday,
Uh-huh.
like, she had some chairs for people to sit in, but they were like just regular. They weren't like, they weren't like
Comfy.
these. So like that
Uh-huh.
said to me, well, get prepared to be going to some more little picnicky things so you have some comfortable, because it's a lot
Nice.
getting up from the low ground.
Yes,
I'm not on the
it
bottom
is.
anymore. I need a little chair, a little
It's the
stove.
thing.
It's a thing.
Yes.
It's a thing. So come prepared with the right thing that makes that thing better, huh?
The ground is seems to be getting farther away,
And we love the ground,
Yeah, we do.
kiss the ground from above.
Yes.
Yeah,
Getting back up.
I'll put my feet in the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I love thrift store shopping too. And I guess what I mean for that and in relation is it's a reminder to me to be satisfied, to
Yeah.
be content,
Yeah.
have that feeling. Um,
Because more comes from it.
yeah,
Yeah,
as
no,
a
that I love that. It's like have a visual, it's in your space, so it
yeah,
resonates that
yeah,
all the time. And then when you like focus on it, that's like the mandala effect,
yes,
or that is that chanting. But you have
yeah,
that like in your environment, like your whole environment represents who you are, and that energy is yours that you can borrow from all the
yeah.
time and then share it with others. Like you're sharing in the video with everybody. That's cool. I just kept noticing that, like, well, ask about that.
Yep, exactly as you put it.
Nicaragua.
It's,
You
yeah.
travel a lot. That's cool.
I've had some great opportunities. It's been a while, but now got the Miss Winnie. So we're
I
doing a
know.
little bit concrete sailing.
I love it. Wait, now, where did you guys just go?
We went over to Pasco, Washington. I had to pick up some supplies for work from Columbia Basin College, and it was 103 degrees. Whew.
I
But
know some hot stuff over there, and that's where I met my George. And
oh, really?
yes, oh, I didn't tell you. Yeah, I used to work for Cal
No.
State Airways a long time ago, and
Okay.
that company's totally out of business. They got absorbed by another, and so all the pilots and flight attendants, I flight attendant, got a chance to collect their unemployment and do retraining because there was no more job. Um, see what so I went back to school and I was in a dance company. That was fun. And my friend and I used to go up to the Tri-Cities out dancing. We were in College
Okay.
Place, like Walla Walla is where I lived.
Hmm.
After the job, no more flight attendant. And so we would go, I enrolled at Columbia Basin in the dance program because I'd studied dance before. So I had a
Oh,
couple of
wow.
buddies. We'd go out dancing, met George, my husband. We were married 6 months later. Amazing.
Wow.
And then, it turns out I've had some other past life regression and things done. I've known him. We've been together 5 lifetimes. Two
Wow.
of them we were married. And then, and you're in your practice too, reincarnation is something that,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I know you totally get this discussion. Um,
Yep. I do. Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Not.
So five,
It's
five
why
times.
I
Yeah,
started
yeah.
practicing Buddhism. I
Oh,
call it
yeah.
reincarnation. I believe in reincarnations
I know what you mean. Reincarnation. Yeah, I
so
feel
strongly.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. And sometimes you like see that, and just having that lens, I look at certain things that come up in our relationship, and I step out of it and go, interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just fascinating, isn't it? It doesn't matter what you call it, but it's just fascinating.
Yeah.
Fast forward, oh, we're celebrating 40 years coming up
Wow.
real soon in November. I
Congratulations.
know, isn't it cool? So
Yes.
if we were meant to be, solo in this particular incarnation, then that's what would be happening. But it
Yeah.
feels like it's been about the relationship thing, keeping things afloat, more buoyant relationship. I'm using this ship metaphor, but
Uh-huh.
being more buoyant and learning from the past,
Hmm.
and bringing it in. We can consciously bring it in. So I
Hmm.
love that. I love like the me we panel and people ask questions and open the door to spiritual critical thinking.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's important,
spiritual critical
valuable.
thinking. Yeah. So bringing it all together and then stepping back and like, oh, this feels good. I want to continue that. Well, this feels really counterproductive. I think I have some experience that
Right.
says that you don't even need to go there anymore. You can bring people into your environment that reflect that back to you. Like, oh, I got that lesson. Thank you.
Hmm.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. I remember that. Thank you. And then just move on. Um, and that's what I want this platform to be about is like to remind people of their magic. That's why I got like, the pig thing and the unicorn thing, 'cause I love unicorns and mermaids.
Yeah.
The pig thing is new. The pig
When pigs fly.
with the
I
pig,
like it.
it's cute because a pig came and might literally a couple of days, maybe 3 days ago, 4 days ago, in my dream. I was out in the backyard. Here's the setup. And I was laying down, and there was the trees out in the back, like there are, and there were some owls up there. And I said, "Hey," and they said, "Hey," back to me. And they had two nests in the trees, and we communicated for a little bit. And then all of a sudden, from underneath the cover, there was this little cute black pig, velvety little black pig with wings. I'm
Oh
like,
my gosh.
"Hey, how are you? What's up?" And then he kind of flew out, and then George was over in the other room. He kind of landed on George, but he wasn't really interested in hanging out too much. But I woke up. It was like one of those morning dreams you have them, morning time.
Yeah. Hmm.
I'd gone up and gotten pee a couple of times, and so it was probably more like 6 or something like that. I
Okay. Right.
need to get up.
Right.
And then I'm like,
Yep.
oh my gosh, Harley, little black pig. So that's what started. And I think I had gone to bed the night before and I was on this membership thing on the Skoll platform. Like, you gotta get some kind of name though. I mean, you did your chat GPT prompts, you got a lot of ideas that you put into there, and she gave you back some good stuff, but you gotta have a name. Like, I don't have a name. I don't have a name. And then that's when that happened. So I'm like, that's where the name when pigs fly and unicorns roam the land. So you got the idea about the membership, of which you're on the, lifetime member thing. I was sending you.
Okay. I tried to sign up, but I think I got
Yeah,
distracted and I
no,
didn't
you're okay. And that's a
finish.
that there's a
Okay.
few people I invited, like founding members. I'm not sure what you call it, but that it's a new thing I'm wanting to do, but I want people to be on there that kind of get what's going on. You would be one of them. So and I'm
Great.
playing around with sending links to a few people. So, okay, good. Let me know when you get that so it knows I know I did
Okay.
it correctly. Because that's the other conversation you and I need to have about a little bit of assistance with some stuff we've been talking about.
Yes. And
Yeah.
we should do that. We
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
should
And
maybe
so I
stop recording first and we can plan a time to hook
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. And so I pulled the serpent one. Did you have any collective wisdom that you wanted to share with everybody?
Well, I did just look up the spiritual meaning for pig.
Oh, I love that. You can
And
share.
this is from AI
Oh
Google,
yeah.
which is probably Gemini, and we can go and look up some other sources like that have information on like animals and stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
the
yeah. I love
AI is
doing that.
um, abundance, prosperity, and good fortune. So I think that that's a perfect symbol
I do
for
too.
um,
Yeah.
it's the pig is often viewed as a laid back animal.
Okay.
It does not easily attack or anger, but
Okay.
chooses to enjoy life.
Oh, I like it.
Symbolizes prosperity, wealth, and abundance. Also, strength.
Oh, that's cool. I like it. And part of me is like, oh, this is the time you could sh learn how to share screen. I don't know how to do that because I was going to show you the little logo, but I'll send it to you. You're good. We won't share it with people right yet because I can't do that. It's okay. I'll have to
And yeah, it's showing me, first of all, it's showing me this wonderful deck. I don't know what the deck actually is, but
animals, like animal deck.
it's animals. And so it has a pig with wings. It's a little pink pig. I like the little black pig, right? I can see I
Yeah, I'll send you the picture so you can see the little
okay.
black. Because
But it says uh pig spirit 47.
oh, 4, 7,
So
11,
11, yeah,
elimination.
number. Yep.
Yeah.
And it says use your mind wisely.
Mm. Okay. In the Dakini Oracle, they have one of the cards is like the sow with the pearls.
Okay.
And it's like, in that particular tradition, the pig of wisdom, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like high wisdom, like super wisdom. So there's that one saying, don't cast something, pearls before swine.
Oh,
Don't dump things on people where they're not ready to receive them, kind of thing.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard that before, but it makes
Okay.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 it does.
Don't.
Yeah, don't cast your pearls before swine. Yeah, something like that. And always wear your pearls for sure.
And always wear your pearls
Always
for
wear your always
sure.
wear your pearls.
And of course, we love the unicorn energy. So when pigs fly and the unicorns
Roam
roam
the
the
land.
land,
Yeah, and that's so
uh,
like recapturing the magic. And recapturing the magic is life does not have to be perfect to be wonderful.
it does not.
If we
And you
live
don't have to
outside of
have it all
ourselves,
figured out to help other people.
no, or do you or
No,
to be no, none of it. I mean, that's the
no.
stuff that we're helping people get rid of. Like you're
Yeah,
good.
you're good.
You're good. So shall we say goodbye for now? Because I think we've been close
Yes.
to our time. And
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you like next week, maybe next month, but we'll see you soon. And then stop